morning. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Sheila Fossen.
I'm Greg Fossen. We're the producers.
I'm Dr. Ernestine Garcia, and I'll be doing the affirmations and reading today. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Susan Clark, and I'm here to provide some special music for you this morning.
And it's always very special,
It
Susan.
is.
Thank you.
Looking forward to whatever you got in store for us.
Thanks.
You want to do an invocation?
Sure. So I just invite you to close your eyes and take a deep cleansing breath. Just let go of all of before this minute. If you were scurrying and hurrying like I was, or if you were peaceful, that's great, but just let it all out. And as we breathe in, recognize we're breathing in God. The God is breathing our breath, beating our hearts. And the God is that which we all live within. And so I'm just so grateful for this day, grateful for this service, knowing that it unfolds in absolute ease and grace. Grateful for everyone here with us today and everyone online that you can see and everyone online that you can't see. So I just give thanks for this wonderful day, this wonderful world. Centers for Spiritual Living North Metro, Centers for Spiritual Living, and all the spiritual teaching everywhere. And so in absolute gratitude, I simply say, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right, Susan, take it away.
It's a chant by Karen Drucker, very simple. It's called All Is Well. And I actually have my All Is Well bracelet that my grandkids made with me. It says All Is Well whenever I'm in doubt. All is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, 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 I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, 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 I can rest, I am safe. All is well, I am safe. All is well. Thank you.
And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be back in a few minutes. We got some.
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, so like us and check out on Facebook at CSL North Metro. Check out our website at cslnorthmetro.org. And there's a new blog out there that I just put out there, whichever day I did it. And one of these days, go to contact us, add yourself to the email list, and if you put a prayer request in out there, we'll pray on it all week. So that's really nice to have to know. So our title today is Not Far from There to Here.
Is here.
Is here. Is here. Not far from there.
Is here.
Is here. I should have had you say it. And you've already met our guest artist. And today's reading is from Art of Spiritual Living by Joel S.
Goldsmith.
Wait, you should have done the announcements today. I must have put my tongue in upside down this morning. So I think I'm ready for some affirmations. Fix that low.
I'm ready to. Affirmations for the week of January 23rd, 2022 by Stephan Anthony. Please repeat after me. I support my inner growth with tenderness and kindness.
I support my inner growth with tenderness and kindness.
The life of God celebrates its existence as me now and always.
The life of God celebrates its existence as me now and always.
I cultivate a pathway of peace and harmony wherever I go.
I cultivate a pathway of peace and harmony wherever I go.
My desires, wants, and needs are in alignment with Spirit's vision.
My desires, wants, and needs are in alignment with Spirit's vision.
I accept all the love and goodness the universe abundantly provides.
I accept all the love and goodness the universe abundantly provides.
I see the truth of the divine in all people and experiences.
I see the truth of the divine in all people and experiences.
And together we say,
And
so it is.
Yes.
yes. And the reading for today is from The Art of Spiritual Living by Joel S. Goldsmith. Who are you? What are you? Are you a body with so many pounds of weight or so many inches in height? Is this you? Appearances would testify to that. You look in the mirror and say, I'm so tall and I'm so heavy, based on ignorance and superstition. Because the body you see in the mirror is certainly not you. It is yours. It would be just as wrong to look at your pocketbook and say, this is I, as it is to look at your body and say, this is I. These are not you. They are yours. Actually, you should be in control of your mind, your body, and your purse, and you would be, once you can mold your state of consciousness to accept the truth. I am I. I am I, and I have a mind. My mind does not tell me what to think. I tell my mind. When a person's mind becomes unruly and governs them so they cannot control it, they are mentally unbalanced. All there is to mental imbalance or insanity is the inability to govern and control the mind. When anyone loses that ability, they are mentally disabled. It is for this reason that we must acknowledge that I am a being. Even without hands and feet, I would be a being. And this mind and this body have been given to me for my specific use. This I, which I am, this identity which I am, and which you are, is an offspring of God. It is God created, God maintained, and God sustained. God is the substance of the life which I am. God is the substance of the being which I am. God is the law unto my being. God is the activity of my being, and God functions as my individual consciousness to this end. This is the meaning of God incarnated as humanity, or God expressed as individual consciousness. And together we say,
And so it is. Thank you, Ernestine.
thank you.
Appreciate your service.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Ready for the song?
I am. I bet we all are.
All right. There's a song. This song is called Compass. It's by a band by the name of Lady A. And this is talking about letting your heart be your compass and your guide when you're feeling a little lost. Here we go. Yeah, it's been a bumpy road. Roller coasters high and low. Fill the tank and drive the car. Pedal fast, pedal hard. You won't have to go that far. You want to give up 'cause it's dark. We're really not that far apart. So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and you should follow it wherever you may go. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run, 'cause no matter what, you'll never be alone. You'll never be alone. Oh, oh, never be alone. Oh, oh. Forgot directions on your way. Don't close your eyes, don't be afraid. We might be crazy late at night. I can't wait till you arrive. Follow stars, you'll be alright. You want to give up 'cause it's dark. We're really not that far apart. So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and you should follow it wherever it may go. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run, 'cause no matter what, you'll never be alone. Never be alone. Oh, oh, you'll never be alone. Oh, oh. You want to give up 'cause it's dark. We're really not that far apart. So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and it should follow you wherever you may go. 'Cause no matter what, you'll never know, you'll never be alone. You can walk, take your time, don't run. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run, 'cause no matter what, you'll never be alone. That's my dog singing along. So hopefully they're singing their way down the stairway outside. So
Yeah, bless their hearts. All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
We're going to be back to you not in too long.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Hey, good to be here with all of you.
Absolutely.
Welcome those that are here present and those that are watching us by streaming. We love you all. One of the main teachings of our philosophy is pray believing, And that in essence is what I pray for, I believe is already done in the mind of God. So the there becomes the here, because in our belief makes it so. And when we speak our word, declaring some truth for ourselves, it begins the journey towards the there, but we have to know that it is already here. I remember, I've told this story before, but it's worth telling again. The story of how God sees things as everything unfolding at once. So you're God, and you're sitting there, you're up in the mountain someplace or by a lake someplace, and you're eating a sandwich, and some crumbs are dropping onto the ground, and you see this ant come out of the hole and start making its way towards the crumb. Now, the way God sees it, it sees the ant coming out of the hole and the journey and the eventual getting to the crumb. It's all taking place at one time in the mind of God. But for that ant, each stage is their journey towards the there, but it's already here. I remember a client who once was having some problems at home, and not at home, at work. And he came to me and said, I'm having this problem. I'm gay. Yet I work at this place where they're always telling jokes about gay people and talking negative about them. And it really makes me feel uncomfortable, and I feel just so sick every single day. And I said, well, what would you want? What do you want in your life? I want to be able to go to work and feel comfortable. I want to feel like I'm my complete self. And I said, well, is that something you could pray for, that this is given to you? And he said, yes. And I said, well, I'll hold that in consciousness too. We'll just hold it and know that it's already done. And he says, that's hard sometimes. And I said, I know, it is hard sometimes. But it's up to us to keep that belief, the strong belief, so it becomes a knowing that you know that it's already done. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, some time went by, and he called us and wanted to have another session. So I said, okay, that was before I was a minister, I was a practitioner at the time. And so he came and he said, the most miraculous thing happened. And I said, well, that's what we already knew. What happened? And he said, well, I had this dream one night that I was in the office and everybody was standing there before me. And I told them, I'm gay and I don't appreciate the talk that's been going on around this office. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me sick. And he said, I woke up and I knew that that's what I had to do. And he said, I didn't have to tell the whole office, but I had to tell this one person that was kind of like the cheerleader of the whole thing. And he went and he told them, and everybody felt so sorry. They felt so bad and apologized and all that. And the energy changed a bit. Well, some months later, he came back again and told me, he didn't come to the session, he just phoned me or something and said, you won't believe what happened. And I said, well, I think I will believe what happened. He said, the person who was the cause of most of the trouble there was transferred to another office, and everything is so nice to go to work. And I thought, that there was already here when he declared that the glory is not the overcoming. The glory is the moment you believe that it's so, it becomes so. And that is the glory of our teaching, that we can speak our word and know that it's so, know that it's done, and have the patience and the loving of the self and the loving of God within you to know that it unfolds perfectly and completely. Now, another example that I have of that there is here is we all read books, spiritual books. Well, hopefully we all do, and we all may take classes to grow and unfold. Well, when we read these books or we go to the classes, we're hearing what is there within them, with their teaching, and it won't become here until we decide to make it part of our life. we decide to make the practice. We decide to do the work, because otherwise it just becomes hearsay. Oh, they say this and this and that. And it cannot be true for you until you make it here for yourself. By how? By experiencing, by going out and doing what you've learned to do. So it becomes yours. So just your life will become a teacher. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a practitioner. Your life and how you live it, people will observe that. And it'll either frighten them away, or it'll make them curious and want to know more about themselves. You want to say something?
Well, I was just thinking the way that I got this cool little book by Fenwick Holmes, Ernest's brother. I don't even know if it's available anymore. It's called Being and Becoming, and it's just a tiny little book, but you can see how many things. It's like I could highlight every word on every page, and what he talks about is how the creative part is that spirit is creating whatever we're thinking about and whatever we're saying. And so if we're thinking about what we don't want, spirit's creating it. If we're thinking about what we do want, spirit's creating that. Because Joe Goldsmith really talks about how this body is not who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have this body. And I was thinking when Ernestine read the part about we're not the purse and we don't think we're the purse. Well, sometimes I do think we think we're the purse. I think we think we're the value of what we own and what we have and what we make and where we live and what we drive. And we're the value of the way the body looks. And I think it's easy in this physical realm to forget that that's really not the truth of anything. Every single one of us is here as one with that eternal intelligence that we're all one with, and we're all a part of the same one, even though it doesn't appear that way to us at all. And so I was just thinking about how, so I had a thought the other day, and I heard myself say something like, it isn't working. It doesn't work, and it isn't working. And it's like, whoa, of course it's not. What did you just claim? What did you just create? You just created that this isn't working. And I know that happens sometimes, especially while I'm doing books and things get really hard to balance sometimes. And so
I'm downstairs like, oh boy.
Well, I had that happen this week, and it's like, I ended up having to go back to January for this one particular problem, and then just mark this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. And once I realized, oh, it's just numbers. Numbers always work, so it may be out of balance somewhere. I just need to find that number or those 5 numbers or whatever it is that doesn't balance, and I need to quit claiming, I'll never get this done. It's too hard. I can't do it. And I wonder how often we think that. It's like when we're claiming, I was also thinking when you were talking about when I first went to work at one of the banks I worked at, people were telling jokes about Black people. And I found that personally extremely offensive. So I just looked straight at him and said, oh, I guess you didn't know that my father's Black. And so everybody just stopped. I don't even remember if they went away, if they did what, but nobody ever told another one of those stories around me ever again.
Did they ever find out it wasn't true?
I never told them. It's like it wasn't any of their business whether it was true or not. And so I think,
Couldn't talk about God.
and another day the the guy, I know women get this bad rap of being gossips. The guy who was the biggest gossip in the bank came to tell me about this big breakup between this bank officer. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry to hear that. And he said, well, I don't think I'll tell you any good gossip anymore. And I'm like, yes.
Thank you very much.
I did not appreciate it. I did not like to be a part of it. And so I just think it's so important that we remember that every time we think, we're creating. Every time we claim something, we're creating. Whether it's, I can do this, I am going to work it out. Okay, this might take me a little longer than I was thinking it would, but I am going to do this. Or whether we're thinking, I can't and it won't and I'll never. And I also think, I was reading, I can't remember who I was reading, but I was Joel Goldsmith, and he was talking about awareness. And he was talking about there are people who live in Hawaii and who know that this is just a wonderful paradise, and we're so grateful we get to live here. And there are other people who live in Hawaii who say, oh, I'm just so tired of the same temperature all the time. I think I'll go back to Minnesota, where we experience winter.
Well, a nice trip.
The point, though, is if you decide you're happy, you're happy. If you decide you're miserable, you're miserable. If you're living in a tropical paradise and you're thinking negative thoughts, you're not going to be happy. So wherever we are, doing whatever we're doing, we have those choices of being happy or not being happy, being positive or not being positive. But we're always creating. So
It's kind of like the Believe It or Not museum. We walk in and we say we want to change in our life, but we can't see it happening, and it's not possible. Well, if that's what you believe, then that's what you'll get.
right.
If you don't believe that, then you're a step ahead of the game.
Right.
I had this quote. It's my own quote, but it came through me this morning during meditation, and it's, don't worry about your tomorrow. Your today's beliefs will determine your tomorrow.
Absolutely. Say it again.
Don't worry about tomorrow. Your today's beliefs will determine your tomorrow. And again, that's bringing the there here, knowing so strongly that whatever it is that you speak your word for is already done in the mind of God, that it's perfect, whole, and complete. Jesus taught us, ask and it will be given to you. But along with that is all things are possible for those who believe. So the strongest thing that we can do is believe in our word. Believe that what we speak can become so, but it is so as we believe it right here and right now.
Right.
And to me, that's one of the most important things that I learned when I first came into this teaching, that we're not just victims of our circumstances. We have a say in things. We are this condensed version of spirit, and spirit made us uniquely ourselves. So each one of us will have different experiences. We'll go through different challenges, but we're all in the same boat, and we're all on our journey, but on different paths. But the journey is going to the same place, to the glory, and always to the glory, to the divine, infinite spirit that dwells within each one of us. It's the perfect way of thinking. It's the perfect way of being.
Well, and I think about times when something that we would call negative happens. And sometimes the negative thing happens so something better could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it always depends on how we look at it. We were expecting to have our floor redone by now, and things turned out in a different way. And so I was looking at it going, well, maybe something better is going to happen. Maybe that person wasn't supposed to do it, and now there's somebody else coming to look at our floor, and that's probably the right person to do it anyway. And so I could have gotten really disappointed because I really wanted it done by now, and it wouldn't have gained me anything. I could have just been disappointed or gone through but none of it really matters. I mean, even if we don't get our floor done, it doesn't really matter. We're still safe.
We got a house with the floors.
Comfortable, and that's absolutely, so it's all okay. So this is from The Art of Spiritual Living. He says, let old beliefs die so that truth can be born to us. So I think it's really important for us to just look at those beliefs. And for me, who has a constant dialogue going on in my head, to just be present with what that dialogue is. Is it claiming what I can do and what I do want, or is it claiming what I don't want? Or regardless of what I'm thinking about, I'm creating it. And I'm creating all the time, and we're all creating all of the time. And so I think it's just really important for us to be aware of. I think the way Fenwick Holmes says it, is that we're in control of that mind, that we can change that mind, that we're in control of what we're thinking, and that we have the power all of the time to be changing that thinking. But first, we have to be aware of it.
Be aware that there's a subconscious thinking that is always manifesting the same old, time and time again until we change that.
Right.
And the way to change it is through our conscious mind.
Right.
I'm just so thankful for Ernest Holmes and bringing his ideas to the forefront, and watching how things have progressively opened even wider in his teaching, because he set the foundation that this and more we shall receive. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to pick up the line. We have, in order to maintain and be a viable teaching, we must remain open at the top. So what we know today is what we know today, but that can always change. It can expand into something even greater. And staying open to that, knowing that the there is here, and being open to whatever it is that you want changed in your life, knowing that it is so now. And as a philosophy and a spiritual teaching, it is good to know that we remain open at the top. And that also applies to us individually.
Absolutely.
Knowing that the universe doesn't care whether you believe or not believe. It just gives you what's going on around in that mind and in your belief system. And we can change that.
Because that's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
And the only way to find out is to apply it yourself. Find it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it.
And I'm so grateful for our classes. We just finished the Essential Ernest.
Mhm.
And I think he might be Reverend Jesse Jennings. I almost said James. Wrote, he wrote the class, but he wrote a book too called The Essential Ernest. And I hadn't read that book before. I actually bought it when I signed up for the class, and I was looking at my books and said, oh, I had that book. So anyway, he did a really nice job of picking out the pieces of the things that Ernest said and putting them in small bits instead of a whole chapter. And I just really enjoyed reading the small bits because I thought that was so worthwhile. But mostly, I just absolutely love classes. I love being in class all the time because that's where I do my best learning. And I don't care if I've had that class or taught that class or been in that class 15 times. Every single time, I'm in a different place and I get a different thing.
Teacher is the learner is the teacher.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Absolutely.
And we got to keep growing and unfolding and knowing that that all is well. As Susan sang it so well, all is well. Shall we pray?
Let's do. So right here and right now, there is that one power, that one presence, that one life, that one eternal intelligence, this omniscient, omnipresent, omniactive, that is changeless and always, always creating and always expanding. It is my life. It is Reverend Michael's life. It is the life of everyone present here today and everyone present everywhere all of the time. And so I know that as we each recognize this blessing, recognize this oneness, recognize this isness, that recognize that each one of us is one with the whole, that we are whole, perfect, and complete all of the time. And I know for us that we experience wholeness and love and loving relationships and peace and healing of our body temple, that we experience abundance and creativity and opportunity, and that we are compassionate. We learn that thing of being compassionate with others. And so in just absolute gratitude for this day, for this service, for the people that are gathered here, for this teaching, for this knowing, I just am so grateful, and I pass this word to Reverend Michael.
Thank you. For knowing that we are all one. And in that oneness, the infinite, eternal life of God expresses in billions and trillions of different ways.
Yes.
Also unique, also beautiful, also grand, but each in this vastness of one.
Yes.
One perfect, whole, and complete system. One perfect and whole, complete universe. One perfect and whole body of stars and moons and galaxies, and all that is all around us. And the same thing from within us. So I send out love and light to all those spots on the planet where there's conflict, to the Ukraine and Russia,
Yes.
knowing that there is a way out, a way of peace, a way of understanding, a way of compassion. There's nobody right, nobody wrong, just a perfect idea of peace and harmony. I surround all those that may be suffering from lack, suffering in their body temple, suffering in any way. We send out light and love to all those. We know that this is an abundant universe and there's plenty for all. So I claim it for all. I know that this word is the word of God and it cannot come back void. That as we spoke it, it already went into action, into movement, to be part of our experience. So I give thanks, eternally grateful. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this word is complete, so I can now let go. Surrendered unto the law,
Yes.
and to the love.
Yes.
And together we say,
And
so it is.
Amen. Aho. Amen. And
Ashe.
Ashe. And together we say, woo-hoo!
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that somewhere in the great Southwest hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or a cha-cha leap, or see the sky, then I know I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe it, so it shall be done.
Wow. Great song.
Talking about picking the right song for the right time.
I kind of changed gears on you there, Greg, but I was inspired to do that old song. It was one of my parents' favorite songs, and it just seemed to fit. So
It did, yes.
there you have it.
It makes me cry every time.
And that is always an open invitation for our musicians to shift gears anytime they want, because
Yep.
you're such an intricate part of our services each Sunday, and we appreciate your intuitive ability to do what needs to be done. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back to you for the final song after we take care of
Sounds good, guys.
I just wanted to, we talked about Ernest earlier, and last Saturday would have been his birthday, and he would have been 125 years old. And if you want to celebrate it, this Saturday at the Science of Mind Archives, they're having a little party up there for.
No, it's online. So I'll send the link out to everybody who wants to join. They have a great lineup of music and people talking, and so it should be really fun. I can remember Jamie Lula, and I forget, but lots and lots of good music. And so last year it was really fun, and this year it's going to even be better. So it's a fundraiser as well. So
Yeah.
and you can also, if you don't happen to get my emails, you can look at scienceofmind.com, scienceofmindarchives.com.
ScienceOfMindArchives.com.
Scienceofmindarchives.com, and the information's out there, and you can sign up right there too. So, you want to talk about this?
So we're talking about beliefs, and I believe that there's plenty of money and plenty of wealth for everybody in the world. So the good part is we get to share it. And what a better place to share it than right here with the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. We invite you to think about it, and if you're so inclined, please send us some of your love in the form of however you send it.
So, the easiest way to do it is to go on our website, cslnorthmetro.org. There's a couple of ways to give right out there. If you use Venmo, you can use the QR code that's coming up in just a little bit. And
There it is.
we also take checks, and some people even give us cash when they can. So it's all good, and it all spends.
And it all comes back
Yeah.
multiplied.
Yes.
So shine your light towards the screen or towards this basket right here and repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you for this divine opportunity to give.
Thank you for this divine opportunity to give.
I give freely
I give freely
with love from my heart,
with love from my heart,
knowing it always comes back multiplied.
knowing it always comes back
For
multiplied.
this and so much more,
For this and so much more.
I say thank you.
I say thank you.
I let it be.
I let it be.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
Yes.
Yes.
So back to Susan, right?
Yes.
Back to me. Okay, I'm back on track. I'm going to do a Janice Stanfield song, and this is called Take That Next Right Step. What do you do when trouble's got you down? Thank that trouble, then find your way around. front, turn to the right, move ahead. Just keep a taking that next right step. Take that next right step. You better take that next right step. Turn to the right, move ahead. Just keep on taking that next right step. What do you do with a roadblock in your life? Thank that roadblock like a blessing in disguise. Turn to the right, move ahead. Keep on taking that next right step. Take that next right step. You better take that next right step. Turn to the right, move ahead. Keep on taking that next right step. Just keep moving, keep on moving. Just keep moving. Take that step, you better take that step. Take that step, you better take that step. Turn to the right, move ahead. Just keep on taking that next right step. Take that next right step. You better take that next right step. Turn to the right, move ahead. Just keep on taking that next right step. Just keep on taking that next right step. Just keep on taking that next. Keep on taking that next right step.
Way to go, way to go.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey, Susan, I want your recipe because you're cooking.
I was cooking.
Yeah.
As my brother would have said, I'm cooking with gas. I was cooking with gas there. So.
Yeah, you were hot. Thank you. That just
You're welcome.
uplifted this whole crowd.
All right.
We were all dancing in the background.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. And and my dog, one of my dogs is sound asleep on the couch, slept through the whole darn thing. Not a movement, one movement.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, it's been a great day, and we're so appreciative of everybody that's here that gave service. Thank you so much. Anybody want to make any last statements before we go?
That was a great message. Thank you.
Yeah, great message.
Yes.
Great
We'll
music.
take it with us this week.
Take
Yeah.
the next right step.
Yes, let's do it.
So, you want me to pray?
Yeah.
So let's just close our eyes once again. We give thanks to that which dwells within and dwells everywhere in this universe. The beauty, the life of pure spirit, God incarnate in all of its creation. Thankful for my life, thankful for our lives. Thank you for the lives to come. Thank you for the lives that have been, knowing that there's only one life and it's perfect, whole, and complete. And it is our life now. And for this, I give tons and tons of gratitude.
Yes.
So very thankful.
Yes.
There's nothing left to do, but together we say.
And
And
so
so
it is.
So it is.
And
Have a
just-
great,
yes.
go ahead.
Join us on Zoom right after, and we'll have some hospitality.
Hospitality. I want to name another song.
I know.
Tune in 4 weeks from now, and Susan will be back.
Yes, I will. Thanks for having me, guys. I always enjoy it. Enjoy the message and the fellowship. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Blessings.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
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 Gee.